Good morning, students. Let come back to the class. Today, class is about IP security. It's part of our syllabus, cryptography and network security. Okay, for diploma students. So, before going to class, please stay at home and kindly wear the face mask. Okay, IP security. IP means Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol. So, you know about what is the use of Internet Protocol? Internet Protocol is basically used to transfer the datagrams, okay, based on the IP address. Based on the IP address. Generally, the IP protocol is designed at the host network layer. That means internet layer in the TCP/IP network. Okay, that what is the main use? It is actually IP is internet protocol. It is a unreliable connectionless datagram delivery protocol. What is the meaning of unreliable? Datagram will be sent to the destination. Just packet will be or datagram or packet will be just uh, keep in the network, and the address will be given where to go to the packet by using the address. Here, the address will intimate the packet will go to that particular location, but it is unreliable. There is no uh, guarantee to deliver the packet. Okay, there is a problem, unreliable. But actually, we have another solutions. We have a solutions, and it is a connectionless. This packet is placed in the network without knowing the or without locating the connection or without set up the connection. There is no connections to be set up before going to transfer the data, and it is a unreliable connectionless datagram means packet. Generally, the data will be formed or data will be prepared at generally by the user, and through application layer they use different protocols or different applications at application layer, then coming through the TCP, then internet layer. When come to the internet layer, now IP will be playing key role in the transfer the datagrams. So it is a the packet will be formed in the network layer. Okay, that packet contain the some header files and payload. That IP packet contain the header file and payload. Now, in this, what is the need of IP security? Because IP is unreliable. You know, IP is the unreliable, and there is a need of securing the data, and also there is a need of securing the payload and header. Okay, and also need of authentication, etc. So for this, there is a separate protocol design that is called IP security, Internet Protocol Security. Now, in this the outline of this IP security, the what are the topics there for our diploma students? We have a IP benefits, IP security benefits, and advantages and scenario. Like what are those? Like example, these all the topics there for regarding to the IP. Define IP security and explain the benefits of IP security. List out the IP services. These are all small topics there in your syllabus, but better will explain more. This IP security is very important concept. So in this we discuss IP security. What is IP? Overview, architecture, and headers. Then associations. Then key management. Now look into the figure. It's all the first. What is IP security? IP security is an Internet Engineering Task Force standard, IETF. Actually, IETF is the part of IAB, Internet Architecture Board. IAB will decide the all specifications of the internet. Who will run the internet means IAB, Internet Architecture Board. So that contain the IGBF and IETF parts. IETF will take care of the standards. It is a protocol, okay, between the two communication points across the IP network that provide the data authentication, integrity, and confidentiality. Data authentication means authentication is required. Who will who is the person? Who is the user? What is the data authentication? Like examples, integrity means there's no modifications of IP data and whatever the credentials, IP related credentials, and confidentiality means encryption, securing the data. Nothing but it defines the encrypted, decrypted, and authenticated packets. This year we are going to use the concept of the confidentiality that will take care of the encryption and decryption and authenticate the packets. Okay, the packet authentication means data authentication is required. So here some sort of key exchange and key management is required in the IP security. Okay, this is our IP security definition. Now let's come to the where we place the IP. How it is example. How this IP will just look into the diagram. There is a system end user end system. This is a local area network, router one and router two. There is a end user second destination LAN. Now there is a we are going to use this kind of network. So this network consisting of what? IP. Now look at this application layer. Okay, this diagram will clearly explain what is the need of IP security. This application, this is a transport layer. This transport layer is create the end-to-end connection. Okay. Now IP. When we use the IP, the data is going through this layer, an IP to data link layer. This will go through this logical link control and the medium access control, then physical layer. Okay. So where there is no actually in the original TCP IP, there is no authentication of packets. There is no authentication of packets. Simply the datagram or a packet simply loading into the network or place it into the network for delivery through by using address. Okay, just like a letter. Okay, so your postman can carry the letter in any kind of any routes, in any type of route. Suppose you have a different routes to your address, different routes to address. So your house may identify through different routes. Postman may come in any way. Okay, any kind of routes. They can the person may use the any kind of routes. The similarly in the IP also, in the data TCP IP also, IP datagram or IP packet delivered to the destination through various routes. Okay, it is actually it is a separate routing protocols are designed. The routing protocols are forward the packet in optimal routes. In optimal routes, depending on the payload and traffic in the network. So, but after that, it is required a IP security. Is it to authenticate the packets and who has sent like all those things? There is also encryption is required. This is a all just look into that basic IP header. IP actually contain it is a IP header contain 20 bytes. Okay, so this is all 4 byte 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining is a this is called payload. Okay, suppose let's take the 64 KB packet size. The in that 20 octets means 20 bytes will take the header. There is a version of the IP, initial header length, type of service, total length, identification of packet, flags used in the packet, fragment upset. Sometimes this packet will be divided into fragments. There is a need of fragmentation, and also the live time to live means packet lifetime. Packet lifetime will be decided by the time to live. There is a protocol. What is the protocol used in that IP again? Header checksum, source address, destination. These two are first to decide the destination, and who has sent and who the reaching address will be given by the destination address. By seeing this destination address, the entire packet will be going to the destination. Okay. Now, this is a IP version 6 header. IP V6 IP version 4 actually is a 32-bit address. Okay, 32-bit address. So 20 only 20 bytes will take for the header. Whereas in the IP version 6 128-bit IP address. IP version 6 has 128-bit address, and in this IP version 6 header only header, not payload. Header will take the 40 octets. In that, they see that this is a so at every address is a 128-bit address, whereas coming to this one, it is only 32-bit address. See that source address, it is a 32-bit address. Destination address, 32-bit address. Whereas here, 32 into 4, 128. 128 version 6 address, source and destination. Remaining version, traffic class, flow label, payload length, next header, hop limit. Okay, general hop limit is there to define the time here. Previously, there is a TTL, that's time to live. It is called TTL, time to live. Now in this called hop limit is there to count that timings. Whatever that the threshold time is set in the IP version 6, before that it will reach to the destination. Otherwise, it will be discarded. So that this is all the different protocol design criteria available. Okay. Now, what is the IP security overview? Before going to this one, previously this is a definition. It is an IETF standard suite of protocols between the two communication points across the IP network. Means that is a TCP IP network. Actually, it is a part of the internet layer. IP security is the part of internet layer. So IP is there and IP security is there. Two protocols are there. IP will take care of the just transfer the datagrams, transfer the packets, but security part will take care by the IP security. So that will provide the data authentication, integrity, and confidentiality. This IP security is not a actually a single protocol. It involves a lot of framework. Okay, so it is provide a different kind of security algorithms to deliver the protocol to deliver the data in secure manner to the destinations. So we have a different applications. What is the use of IP security? Why it is required? Because of the example, let take the commercial purposes, office purposes. Okay, so there is a important data is going to deliver. So we need a security. IP security first. It is connecting the branch office connections. A branch office secure branch office connectivity over the internet. First of all, so we have a different data, whatever data available at different places, those are secure with in that over the internet, and secure remote access over the internet. Remote desktops. Remote access means the a client or a user is locating or placing it at different places. It is far, right? So or it is in isolated system. There is no network. There is meaning is it is a isolated system. If you are going to connect that remote system, it is called remote access. When we are going to remote access on the over the internet, so that what is the data transferred through the remote access will be secure, and establishing extranet and intranet connectivity with the partners. Intranet means within the network. Okay, generally, even in the organization, intranet is actually provided between the uh, users or a systems or a clients connected within the organization, because of they want to share the important example. There is a large scale industries. Example, there is a TCS and Wipro, IBM, Google. Every this kind of large scale industry having their own network, that is intranet. They can use the intranet and securing their data. Okay, this is not connecting to the, even though it is connecting to the externet, but the internal network is designed that will secure data whatever transfer to is secure. Extranet means actual internet uh, outside of the network. It means in the part of internet is outside of the network. Even though suppose any confidential data is going to deliver, some examples. This one, branch office connectivity. Here, the intranet, whatever data there in the intranet, you want to deliver to the outside world through extranet. That is also securing. And main, very popular today, majority of the people using this e-commerce. Everyone is following the e-commerce transactions. They're simply placing the order and paying the amount, and the amount after the amount of paying, then deliver the items. The transactions placed in the e-commerce applications will secure by using this IP security also. Okay, so these are all the different applications: branch office connectivity, remote access, extranet internet, intranet, and enhancing the e-commerce security. Enhancing means increasing, improve that. Okay, these all the applications. Now, what is the IP security scenario? Now, just look into the figure. This figure is very important. IP security scenario. Okay, now see the figure. IP security scenario. Now there is a uh, user system with IP security. Previously, we have a IP header, then IP payload only there in the IP packet. Now in this IP security header is there. Instead of IP payload, secure IP payload. Okay, there is a IP security header, separate header is there, and secure IP payload. That payload will be encrypted. That is called secure IP payload. They'll placed into the internet. That is called public network or private network. Means intranet. Is it clear? Now, this is a networking device with IP security. This device here internally system contain the IP security. Now, suppose this is the end user system generate the IP packet. That IP packet contains what? Only IP header plus payload. Now the IP security, the device, that means a network device is going to use the IP security. Okay, and that means attached to the this packet. This is IP packet. After this packet will be converted into IP security packet. Now it contains as usual IP header, security header, secure IP payload. This IP payload convert into secure IP payload. Instead of this IP as usual is there because to carrying the packet to destination. Okay, address is separate. Now the that header, new header will be appended or added to this. That is called IP security header. Similarly, this also. This is a IP security scenario. IP security scenario, how the IP security is going to implement. Okay, so this look into the figure and this is important one. You can note down. So this is a user system with IP security. This is a user system without IP security. Later, the networking device, okay, networking device maybe it is a secure routers itself injecting the IP security. Okay, these are all the devices. This is also system without IP security. IP security is enhanced here or implemented in this networking box. Is it one? So the basic principles of basic working style of IP. That means IP security scenario. Now, IP security overview. What are the benefits of the IP security? It is a first transparent to the applications below the transport lane, that is in TCP and UDP. It is means it is no way actually, even though there is a data is coming through the application layer, but it is working independently. The IP security itself working independently. Even there is a transport layer, we have another kind of security. Okay, but it is so that it is a transparent to the applications and transport layer also below transport layer. That transport layer contains what are the protocol TCP and UDP. It's this TCP and UDP security credentials are different again. So this the what are the IP security we are going to provide in the IP layer, internet layer. What are the security approaches there in the transport layer? Previously, what we discussed, like example, SSL. SSL set basically SSL is TLS. SSL TLS. Okay, that is another method, and provide the security for individual users. These are all the benefits. Individual users definitely their data can be secure. He must give the assurance. What is required? IP security can assure that a router or a neighbor advertisement comes from an authorized router. Any suppose even what is the meaning of advertisement? Means the device availability. Okay, device availability or device communication. Routers communication is done by the uh, advertisement, neighbor advertisement method. Okay, and redirect the message comes from the router to which initial packet was sent. A routing update is not forged. Okay, routing updation is not forged, means no way changing, and also the redirecting the message without any modifications. Remember that. So IP security must that it will allow that advertisement of communication or advertisement of router, whatever devices availability, and no modifications, no changes of the routes. Okay, so that can be assured by the IP security. Now, this is IP security architecture. This is a IP security architecture contain the protocols, different protocol, and also documents. Totally, it is contain the RFC 2401. In the IP security architecture, first RFC 2401. RFC means request for comments. It is a IAB style of representing the standard in the internet or network, whatever the network related standards, protocol standards. Request for comments. RFC 2401 standard will define the security architecture for the internet protocol. Security architecture. Okay. Then RFC 2402 will describe the IP authentication header. IP authentication header. RFC 2406 will define the IP encapsulating security payload. This is about security. This is a header authentication. This is for confidentiality. Then RFC 2407 standard will define the uh, Internet Security Association and Key Management Protocol, the ISA KMP, related to the keys. Okay. Then RS 2407 and 8 ISA KMP related. This is only domain of interpretation, and this will be ISA KMP actually. Then key exchange will be done by the described in the 2409 standard. 2409 standard. These are all the different, including years. Now look into that one. During this 90, 2005, 98, all these different standards are. developed part of the IP security. Okay, so before going to architecture, what we discussed, this is about syllabus. Basically, foundations. What is IP security? IP security benefits and applications. Okay, this IP security we'll discuss in the next class. Next class we'll discuss the IP security architecture. That means basic services. We have a only IP security services in our syllabus. Okay. So today what we discuss first basic what is the IP security, the headers and definition, applications and scenario. The scenario is very useful. How to prepare the a secure payload and how to insert the header, that will be described in the IP security scenario. Okay, so this architecture will discuss in the next class. Thank you.